Houston is known for oil and gas, frankly, the best barbecue on the planet, the Astros, the best stem cells on planet Earth, and of course, Mattress Mack. Jim McIngvale was born in 1951 in Starkville, Mississippi, and grew up in Dallas, Texas. In 1981, with $5,000 and a pickup truck filled with furniture, he and his wife Linda set up a tent on Houston's North Freeway. This roadside operation quickly became a Houston landmark, Gallery Furniture. Nationally, Mattress Mack is known as the high-energy furniture guy who bets big and turns these wagers into some of the largest marketing promotions in American history. But here in Houston, we know him as so much more. He's a community pillar, the city's most loyal Astros fan, and even though he's always on the job, he always seems to show up, no matter what. When crisis hits, Mack is there. Whether opening his stores as a hurricane shelter to delivering mattresses to veterans, to even making sure every mom has flowers on Mother's Day, there seems to be no end to his heart and love for our community. We know him for what he does, but today we get to the heart of why he does it and how grit, gratitude, and yes, even a few stem cells fuel his mission. Welcome to Stem Cell Revolution.
In the not-too-distant future, a revolution is brewing, one that will change the very fabric of our existence. It's a tale of cells that hold the key to unlocking the mysteries of life itself. Let us venture into the unknown, for in this age of stem cells, anything is possible.
You want the special
I want
tour?
the tour that no one else gets. And I'm dressed for the occasion.
All right. Here's a good piece of memorabilia.
Okay.
He was trying to get back from Austin to Clear Lake where he lives, and he was caught in all this water down here. So we heard that we had a free shelter here, so he was trying to get out of the water. And he came up through the feeder road and came in here. He said it was the most scared he'd ever been in his life. It was on the North Freeway in the water, and we rescued
I believe it. I
astronaut.
believe it.
Yeah.
So how many people were here during the hurricane?
Oh, 300 or 400.
Like just everywhere?
Yeah, everywhere.
And what do? You just
Sleeping everywhere.
Sleep everywhere?
We were feeding them 24/7.
Hurricane Harvey hit Houston. A local furniture store owner who's known in Texas as Mattress Mack decided he had to help.
Everything going all right?
Yes, sir.
You need anything?
No, sir.
Jim McIngvale, aka Mattress Mack, has made a name for himself selling furniture, but it's his legacy of giving that's going to leave a permanent impression.
I'm worried about these people. I'm worried about the business. I'm worried about the community.
People ask me, how could you let them sleep on all those mattresses and all that furniture?
Yeah.
What'd you do with them when they left? I said, we had a sale. What the hell do you think I did? So,
I heard that you let the kids jump on the mattresses with Cheetos in their hands.
no, yeah, why not?
So this is the original location? You started in 1981.
Yeah, we started in a tent out there on the freeway.
Oh, right here, but
On the
same,
freeway, yeah, same place, yeah.
Wow,
Yeah. And
tent.
the landlord was very good to us. We had it going pretty good, and he let us buy it for a good price, and there we are. Now, here's me up here on the photograph of the 1970 National Championship football team at the University of Texas.
Oh, wow.
I'm in the last row, top left hand, that's me. And I was a great football player at the University of Texas. I only had two small problems. I was too small, too slow, and the position I played was called the bench. But I was on the team. That's me and the Astros at the White House with Donald Trump.
Amazing.
I'd met him before, and I'd introduced him at the Woodlands way back before he ran the first time. And so I interviewed him that time and hadn't seen him since. He walks in, looks at me, and says, "You're going to sell a lot of furniture off this deal."
He would say that.
Yeah, that's him.
So are you the biggest Astros fan?
I don't know. I think Tim Crane's the biggest Astros fan. But I like the Astros. World Series a little disappointing this year, but there's always next year, my high school coach
That's right.
used to tell me.
That's right.
So that's some of the interesting highlights of Gallery Furniture. Let's see what else we got over here.
Wow.
Oh.
Look at all these awards.
Yeah, there's a picture of the hurricane and the people living in the warehouse. You see them all up there.
Is the warehouse, I didn't realize the warehouse, is the warehouse attached to
Attached,
here?
yeah.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
attached. So people know that when they buy furniture here, it gets delivered on the same day.
Yeah,
Now,
that's our-
your warehouse must be
No, it's not too big. It's just very efficient.
efficient.
My wife designed it.
Oh, okay.
Comes in, goes out. Comes in, goes out. It's what it's supposed to do.
Wow. So out of all these things, what are you most proud of?
What am I most proud of? Boy, that's a good question. Probably just being here 44 years later, surviving, and being able to help these people. And a lot of our employees here, they came from tough backgrounds, and this is their whole life. Work's life's greatest therapy. We're saving a lot of people's lives by providing them with jobs and stability and income and all those things. So that's important.
How many people work for you?
About 300.
300. My goodness.
Got a lot. Say, Enrique, come here.
I've been working for about 30 years,
Oh,
How long are you in the joint?
10 years.
10 years in the joint.
He helped me to get out 1 year early. He
amazing.
helped my family, my 3 kids working here together.
Amazing.
So when he comes in through customs, he's got a checkered record. He just shows them my business card, right?
Yes, exactly.
They say, go ahead.
Nice meeting you, Enrique. Wow, are these all baseball cards?
Uh-huh.
What?
There's a lot of them.
Oh my goodness. Someone put these all together. They're all,
Yeah, he put them all together.
oh my goodness.
Too tedious for me, that's
That's
for sure.
incredible.
Too tedious for me.
So do the players come in here and buy furniture?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Who's the most famous person you've sold furniture to?
George Herbert Walker Bush.
Oh, okay. How's the president's taste in furniture?
This tastes good. Mrs. Bush is great. She always come in. She'd see the price tag, and one time she was sitting on a mattress. She asked what the price was. They told her. She fell over like she fainted.
Where do you get your sales talent from?
From my father. He's a great salesman.
Really?
Yeah.
He was a salesman. What did he sell?
He sold insurance.
Insurance, okay.
We don't live in the past, but the past lives in us, right?
That's right. That's right. What are some of the most important lessons your parents taught you?
My parents always taught me to get up, go to work, make something out of your life, you know.
Okay.
And we were a close-knit, Catholic family, and they taught me that to them it was all about kids, and it was about kids, community, and church. That was their life.
Mm-hmm. So, do you remember 2014? February 1st, 2014.
February 1st, 2014. Refresh my memory.
This is the night before the Seattle Seahawks and the Denver Broncos go to the Super Bowl. About a month before, you have a store promotion saying that if you buy furniture, gallery furniture,
Buy $6,000 or better with gallery furniture or accessories. Have it delivered by February 2nd, 5 o'clock before the kickoff of the big game in New Jersey. Pick the team from Seattle, and if the team from Seattle wins, you get 100%, that's right, 100% of your purchase price back free. Pigskin promotion number 2, win, win, win.
Yeah.
so yours truly is just moved to Houston. And me and my colleagues, we all are new, and we have zero furniture. So we're thinking, wow, did you see this ad? I mean, what do we have to lose? So we come in here, and we buy an apartment full of furniture, a house full of furniture, and we go back, and we watch this game.
Had you ever watched football?
No,
game
never
before?
watched football before. On the floor, because there's no furniture. And I have never cheered so loud in my life. I have no idea what's going on. But
That's a great
and
story.
it's so funny because I have I have never scrapbooked since then. Okay, this was like a hobby I used to do. This is the last thing I scrapbooked in my life, and anything I scrapbook means that it had great impact on my life. Okay, so I just wanted to show you this because I could not believe. I showed this to my husband last night, and he nearly fell out of his seat. Look at this. This is you and me on February 1st, 2014. Okay, so I just bought this furniture. This is my first, like, outside of IKEA, this is my first real furniture. This is great. The game. This is Peyton's sad face that day. The score, 43-8. Okay.
That's a bad score for a Super Bowl.
That's my bedroom set, by the way, right there.
Yeah,
I took a picture of that. But I also made it to the Gallery Furniture website because if you look real closely in that picture, I'm right there in there, in line.
There you go.
And I went to that refund party, and I really got a refund, every penny back for all the furniture we bought. I mean, we just could not believe it. Yes.
Is that right? It's a great picture.
This was a great moment.
That's a great scrapbook
in history.
Look at it. That's
You're going to sign this for me.
All right.
Crazy stuff.
Yeah, that was I didn't have it. I buy insurance when I do those promotions. No, I didn't have any insurance on that one, so that was an expensive football game.
Cost you. Customers win $7 million. That's right there.
$7 million.
Amazing.
That was it. That's great. I got to take a picture of that, send my wife. She was really pissed off. She'll get over it.
So I'm sure thousands of people in the city benefited from that night.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
A lot. They were cheering for the Broncos, that's for sure.
And you must get a thrill out of doing these kinds of promotions.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. The Broncos, the Astros, a lot of happy customers got their money back on their furniture.
Yeah. And the last one, you still have made history as the largest sports bet or sports payout on a sports bet ever, at least in the United States.
Yeah.
This money is heavy. I'm going to get checked.
My pastor, your good friend, Dr. Ed Young, always tells me that he's not a betting man.
That's right. He's just a promoter.
He doesn't gamble.
He's just a promoter. Your pastor is a great man.
Yes.
He's a great man.
The greatest, yeah. So you made a huge bet back 44 years ago with $5,000 you put down on Gallery Furniture. Was that, did your wife, Linda, was she fully supportive at that time, or was it
She was a little skeptical. She wanted to remain in Dallas with her friends and family. Of course, she didn't want to venture down here and jump into it. I said $5,000 in a dream 1,000 times, and she went to a speech with me a couple months ago and corrected me. It was $3,500. So we started with $3,500, and knock on wood, we're still here. So the good Lord's been good to us. Customers been good to us. Community's been good to us, and we just it's all about taking care of those customers, being part of the community. We're still here.
So why was it Houston? I hear that when I moved to Houston, they told me that you're never allowed to say anything nice about Dallas. That we are enemies.
Houstonians don't like Dallas. Houston was back then and still is the land of opportunity. So I would think Houston was a very welcoming place, very diverse population, and Houston was a place where if you wanted to do something, you could come down here and give it a shot. So a city full of risk takers, wildcatters, it sounded like my kind of place.
So were there a lot of furniture stores at the time, or were you?
There was a lot, comparatively.
Okay.
There's quite a few more now, but it's all about, it ain't about how many there are, it's about how well you do it.
Yeah. So I know you had a knack in sales. Was there something about furniture? Were you like really passionate about furniture in particular, or could you sell anything? The shirt off your back, you could sell anything. Or was
my
there
mother
something?
always had nice furniture, so I learned about the nice furniture from her, and then I started off selling very low end furniture to survive, and we had such little inventory. I learned the business at a furniture store in Dallas. So quite often we would sell out of all of our furniture on Saturday. I had a U-Haul rental truck, and I'd drive it up to my friend's house friend's store. He'd meet me there at midnight, and I'd buy whatever money we had worth of furniture and drive it back down here and sell it on Sunday. So I put in a few hours.
And at that time, were you selling furniture from made here locally?
Made in America, yeah.
All made in America.
All made
was
in
that your
America.
thing from the beginning?
Well, that was all there was, you know.
Oh, okay.
So that was all there was. There was no foreign imports, so it was all made in America.
So you've seen a lot of changes in your industry, foreign imports, of course, online sales, more accessibility to furniture, you know, but there is something tried and true about coming to a furniture store, trying it out, sitting on something. Yeah. And so how have you like survived the times? How do you just keep the same
you have
formula?
to innovate or you're going to evaporate, that's for sure. So we just morph and do different things. One of my great regrets about the furniture business is we shipped it all overseas, and not the shipping overseas, but the way it destroyed all the communities that relied on the furniture factory that employed 3,000 people, and then those 3,000 people employed 6,000 people, and they paid for the school district and paid for the whole town. And all these little towns in North Carolina, Mississippi, and Tennessee, they relied on the furniture factory. And then it all went away, and then came a huge oxycodone and fentanyl crisis. So the human cost was extremely high, and it's one reason I'm a big promoter now of Made in America furniture. I want to see us reindustrialize.
So everything we see here is made in America?
A lot of it's not, because you can't. A lot of it's not made in America because they don't make it. But about 80% of what we sell is made in America.
That's amazing.
All these tables, all this stuff.
Yeah, and we make stem cells in America too. We believe that American made is best. I've always said, you know, there are as much of a pain in the butt standards are. You know, manufacturing standards of all kinds, regulations. There's a reason why we have them, and that's what puts us on the map. That's what I believe.
Makes customers safe.
Yeah. So you are, if anyone knows your name, yes, we know it from Mattresses, but it's really as a community leader. And I've always wondered with you, is it what came first? Is it you benefited from the community and you're giving back, or have you always been a community person? Like you
My father was always a giver.
A giver.
And he gave, we didn't have give. He died broke, died happy. He was in his late 80s when he died. 1,000 people at the funeral. That didn't happen much. Because he was so beloved. And I remember when I was playing Little League Baseball, he sponsored all the teams. One of the parents said, the only reason you sponsored him because your sons are on it. And he said, no, I sponsored the team because I'm helping all these kids. And that's who he was. My father started the first Catholic high school in Dallas in 1963. And the first graduating class, I was the third graduating class. First graduating class had a guy in the class named Jim Rager, who was a real good football player. And my father was a football fanatic, so he worked very hard and got Jim Rager a full scholarship to Dartmouth College. You know, it was a great Ivy League college. And so Jim Rager went up there for his freshman year and did very well. Came back home for Christmas break, and then he had no money to get back to Dartmouth. He's going to have to drop out and give up his Ivy League education. My father never flew his whole life. He was afraid of airplanes, so he put Jim Rager in the car and drove him up to Dartmouth College. And the guy went on to become the senior vice president of Royal Bank of Canada, and he tells that story all the time. That's who my father was. So like we said earlier, we don't live in the past, but the past lives in us.
Yeah. So you are there are too many to count in community events and organizations that you help. What are your top 3 causes that you're very passionate about?
Well, I would think number 1 would be mental illness. My child Elizabeth has mental illness, and she's now she turned her problem into her passion. She's now runs a big OCD clinic here in the Heights. So that's number 1, mental illness. Number 2 would be the actual effort of letting people know that work is life's greatest therapy and trying to encourage people to get a job. Because when they get a job and they get gainfully employed and they find purposeful, meaningful work, their entire life changes. And I'm afraid we've denigrated and demonized work so much in this country that a lot of people don't do it, and they miss the greatest opportunity in life, which is to do something meaningful with their life. And the other thing I work on is just we've got a trade school and high school over here that we pay for. And we have kids that dropped out of high school from age 16 to 26 to go to the high school so they can get their all-important high school diploma. Then we teach skilled trades like plumbing, electrical, HVAC, auto mechanics, all that sort of stuff to these kids so they have a good trade.
You mentioned, how you see that the focus has shifted for people to want to work and find a good job and that importance to work. You still come here every day.
Well, I only work half-time.
At half-time?
12 hours a day.
12 hours a day, yes.
12 hours a day, 7 days a week. What I do with myself, I didn't work. I work to live, I live to work. I like coming in here. I like interacting with all the employees, the team members. I like making a difference in these kids' lives, and I like talking to customers. I'm lucky because I get to see a lot of modern-day saints walk through this door. And that's mom or dad walking in with their severely handicapped or autistic child. That child may be 3 years old, maybe 9 years old, maybe 15, maybe 60 years old, but mom and dad have dedicated their life to that child. And that really inspires me. It's one of the reasons I keep coming up here, is I get inspired by these customers because there's really a lot of great people out there.
Do you ever take a break?
Not too much.
What do you do to take a break? When you need to unwind?
Well, we're closed on Thanksgiving and Christmas, so
okay.
I spend time with my wife and kids and grandkids.
And all your employees here, when you are looking for good workers, or when you interview, what qualities are you looking for? What's the most important thing in a candidate?
I think somebody who's enthusiastic about the job. They want to work here. If they want to work here, that's 90% of the battle. And then somebody they have to be coachable and teachable.
Okay.
They got to realize that we're trying to learn something new every day. What can we learn new about these customers?
So you believe in anybody, regardless of background, whatever they've gone through. Everyone has a chance.
Yeah, everyone has a chance. We've all made mistakes, and that's why God invented the racers, because you make a mistake, you redo it and do better. Some things obviously we can't put up with because of the nature of the business, but 99% will give them a shot.
Yeah. And the American dream is still alive and well.
American dream is alive and well. You got to work at it. You got to work. And this stuff of I'm going to put in my 6 hours and go home and have a good life, and then I want to be successful. It's going to be hard to do that unless you're uber smart.
Yeah.
It'll be hard to smart. If you're somebody like me who's you got to grind it out. You got to find a job you love to do, and you never have to work a day in your life. If you don't like the job, get another one.
What do you say to people who say, "Oh, you need to have better work-life balance"?
I do have great work-life balance. My life is balanced around work. How's that? It's balanced around work.
Yeah.
I just sitting home, and it's just not for me. Yeah. I got to be up here, and I got to be with these people. These are my people. It's kind of like when Hurricane Harvey happened, and we had all those people in here. They said, "How can you let all these people in here? These people are sitting on your couches, eating at your tables, sleeping on your mattresses." I said, "These are my people. What am I supposed to do? Let them drown? That's it. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to let them drown. And if it happens again tomorrow, they'll be back out here. Same thing.
Yeah. Same
thing. We have to reindustrialize this country. We have to energize people. The fact that if they find a job they love to do and never have to work a day in their life. You know who Temple Grandin is?
No.
She is a world famous person in the animal husbandry field, probably one of the top people in animal husbandry in human history. When she was, she fully autistic, didn't speak till she was about 5. But she was lucky both of her parents were college professors up in Boston. And they kept pushing her and pushing her. And they made her talk to people even though she didn't want to. And then when she was in junior high school, they sent her away to boarding school. And she was given the illustrious job of mucking out the horse stalls. And then when she was working with those large animals, she fell in love with large animals and became the premier animal husbandry person in the history of the world. Even though she remains fully autistic to this day, she's now like 78 years old, has a PhD from Colorado State University. And I spoke at her birthday party a couple of years ago in this big room dedicated to her. And on the room, big sign says, "Working with horses saved my life, Temple Grandin." And then she's also one of the world's premier experts on autism. So that life would have been wasted had she not found the joy of work.
Right. And so do you think that that's how it works? Passions are like you're not just born with a passion. It develops. It develops.
Yeah. It develops. Yeah. I'm good at this. People like this, and and then you grow from there.
Yeah.
And everybody's not going to get their dream job. Everybody's not going to be a Major League Baseball player. Everybody's not going to be President of the United States. But if you try 4 or 5 jobs, you find one that makes you want to get up in the morning, then you've done the right thing.
Right. Yeah, I think that's what a lot of young people are challenged with. They feel like I have to know what I need to do. I have to know what I'm good at. I have to know what my passion is.
How do you know?
How do you know?
Try it. Try it. How many times did Abraham Lincoln start and fail? How many times did Thomas Edison fail? Right? How many times did you fail with the stem cells? A
Too
lot,
many to
right?
count.
You got to keep going.
You got to keep going. I'm sure building a business, you go through many challenges and obstacles. Mm-hmm. Is there a moment? I'm sure there are many, but what stands out in a moment where you were deeply grateful? There was,
we had this horrific fire here on May 26, I think, 2009, and the whole warehouse over there, $10 million, burned down in about 30 minutes. And all this was smoke and water damage. It was horrific. And so...
how many years ago was that?
2009.
2009, okay.
16. So we watched the building burn down. That was very traumatic. And we had just opened a store in Post Oak that a month before, and so all the employees were asking we were going to close and get the insurance claim and flee. Well, of course, that never entered my mind or Linda's mind. So we gathered in the middle of the parking lot there at midnight and prayed, and I called all these suppliers. I told them to send trucks of furniture to us the next day. Back then we were still had a lot more American-made suppliers. So they all started sending these trucks of furniture, and all I had was that little store. I had no idea where I was going to put this furniture. And I went to bed at 4 o'clock, got up at 6, and at 9 o'clock in the morning, this guy called and said he had a totally ready furniture warehouse. We could move in there free, no charge, just to help us out. And the truck showed up, and the people showed up. And even though the building burned down that night before, and I had a speech that day at noon at some Rotary Club in Clear Lake, and I had a speech at Westbury Christian High School, the graduation speech that night. They both called me that day, said, "You're canceling." I said, "No, I don't cancel. That's not me." So I showed up and did those speeches, and we ran the store at the Post Oak. We delivered $250,000 worth of furniture that day and never looked back.
Amazing.
Setbacks just a setup for a comeback. That's the way you got to look at it.
Yeah.
Tough times never last. Tough people do.
How was COVID for you all?
COVID was great.
And people are staying at home more.
Do
they need more furniture?
Horrible for the people that had it, obviously, and horrible for the kids that had to wear masks and interrupted their school year and interrupted their lives. But, we just kept right going. They deemed furniture a essential asset. And,
was it really?
Yeah, so we stayed open the whole time. And just kept selling, and the furniture sales went through the roof because everybody was locked at home.
Oh, so that worked out well for you.
It was great. the years after it, after they splurged on furniture, kind of went down. So there was an up and down, but COVID was nothing. I never tested for COVID. I never had COVID. We decided not to participate. We just kept going.
So at any point, you could sell this place and, you can go off into the sunset and go on a permanent vacation, but that's not your thing.
Nope. Work is life's greatest therapy.
Yeah.
If I sold this place on a permanent vacation, I'd probably be dead in 5 months, because meaningful work brings purpose and meaning to life. And, purpose and meaning is all I got. And helping these customers is all I got. I had a customer the other day. They're Houstonians. They got moved to Seattle, Washington. They hate all the furniture stores up there. They flew all the way down here to buy a house full of furniture for shipping it to Seattle. When you can do that, you make a difference. And we're selling these Mack recliners to all these people that are having operations. And I call them all back the next day, and they say they slept the best they ever have. That's worth a whole lot more than money.
Yeah. So
and I'm taking stem cells, and I feel much better. I had a major heart surgery on, when was it? December 10th, 2024. So that was an interesting story. They're wheeling, they got me on the gurney, and they're wheeling me into the room to do the surgery. And the anesthesiologist is walking beside me. He said, "I'm going to give you this stuff, and you're not going to feel it, and you're going to go to sleep." I said, "What do you give me, Doc?" He said, "Fentanyl." I said, "Oh, hell no." But I survived that. And I survived an open heart surgery. Them stem cells made me stronger, and now I'm working out 4 nights a week. I feel great. I'm trying to rediscover the fountain of youth. I could really sell something if I had a chair that was like the fountain of youth.
So you and I so you didn't obviously remember this moment. This I remember 12 years ago, but you and I connected about a year or 2 years ago, and you called me about a family member, and that has moved along to you also banking your cells.
I get my cells. I'm getting them every month.
And you obviously are. I've actually seen the recent ads from Gallery Furniture, and you've been implementing AI into them. And
Gallery Furniture, the big story, Mattress Mack.
Come out to Gallery Furniture, 6,645 North. Gallery saves you money.
He once sold a couch so comfortable, it delayed a Rockets game because the players refused to get up. When disaster strikes, FEMA calls him for tips. He negotiated with Houston Humidity and got it to take Sundays off. He doesn't check the weather. Storms check with him first. He doesn't need marketing. Houston itself is his billboard.
I don't always sell furniture, but when I do, Gallery Furniture delivers it today and saves you money.
You're sort of on the forefront of trends. So stem cells are viewed as a something that is up and coming. How did you identify that it is do you believe it's a potential solution for the future?
Yeah, my friend Ed Young is a huge advocate of stem cells, a huge advocate of you, of course, and everything, all the great stuff y'all do. And he just kept preaching to me, and he converted me. That I need to get stem cells. And then my sister, unfortunately, has cognitive issues, so she's been going and done her tons of good. So I'm a huge advocate for stem cells because at the end of the day, they work.
Yeah. Well, healthcare in general, you are you give a lot to health initiatives. Yeah. Do you appreciate your health more the more you age?
No, obviously, I appreciate my health more, and I appreciate the fact I want to be vibrant up to the day I die. So I think it's important to do these things, stem cells, to regenerate those cells that I've lost over my 74-year journey and get them back. And, to be honest with you, I want to keep up with these damn 18-year-old kids.
So you employ a lot of young people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of them.
Yeah.
Lots of young people.
What do you think is I interview a lot of young people too. What do you think is the I guess I don't want to say the biggest problem, but what's a challenge you see with young people coming into the workforce today?
Well, one of the challenges that I see is the fact that they're not challenged enough when they're in grade school, junior high, and high school. They got to understand, no matter who you are or what you do, whether you're president of the United States or work at a factory or work at McDonald's, life's going to be hard and it's going to be challenging, and you're going to have ups and downs, and you got to knock yourself. When you get knocked down, you got to get back up and get back in the game. And these people have these, excuse my expression, tiger mom parents have put such a bubble around Johnny and Mary. They're not ready for tough times, and they think they should get an A in everything and a star for everything. Life doesn't work that way. Life's hard. They got to get used to it, and they got to get knocked down. And I also think that one of the things that Orientals do very well that we don't do is you got to have respect for your elders. One of the big problems in this country is we've lost our sense of community. The average size U.S. household used to be 10.5 people in 1900. Average size U.S. household today is less than 2. And 1 being the loneliest number. People are lonely and they're scared, and we've lost that family connection. These kids that come to work for me, they have no family. They have no family, and they're scared to get death when they get here. Their eyes are darting everywhere. They just got out of the jail or penitentiary. And then all of a sudden we free breakfast, lunch, and dinner over there. And the rule is you can't have a cell phone or an iPad when you're in there, so you got to talk to the person next to you. Imagine that.
Wow, that's a great
So all of a sudden they meet 4 or 5 people and they make some friends.
We should do that at Hope Bio.
And then when their car breaks down, they have, rather than calling in sick, they know their friends are counting on them. They find a way to get to work. And then they have a problem. Somebody at the table can solve their problem. And all of a sudden they have a community. Without community, we are lost in this country. We're absolutely lost.
You think that technology has helped us build a community, or it's been terrible for us?
Absolutely terrible. Yeah. Terrible. Oh, these kids on this TikTok, and they're jealous because some other guy, I'm jealous because I'm not LeBron James making $100 million a year. Well, get over it and go to work. It's not good. Not good.
Yeah.
But there's always ebbs and flows, and I think they gotta know who their ancestors were, and they gotta have a respect for their ancestors. My maternal grandfather was just a workhorse, a tremendous force in the community, in the church, and everything he did. And he worked the day he died when he was 90 years old. He taught me quite a bit of work ethic.
And you instill that in all your workers here.
Yep.
Right, and all your employees.
Yep.
If you walked into the mattress gallery back there and found an employee taking a nap, what would you do?
I asked him how it was.
Great answer.
We used to have these rooms where people could take naps during the middle of the day to promote sleep, but I don't know why I took those out. I ought to put them back in because we're big on sleep and the restorative value of sleep and all that sort of thing.
So how much sleep do you get?
I sleep a lot. I sleep 8 or 9 hours every night.
Oh, do you really? Yeah. Oh, wow. And you're sound asleep. You have very good rest.
Oh, yeah. If I don't sleep, I'm worthless. So I know that I have to sleep, and we sell that product. I promote that product, and sleep is nature's wonder drug. So I take advantage of it.
Sleep and stem cells.
Sleep and stem cells. Stem cells make me stronger.
You sell. If someone comes in here asking a question, you sell. You take them on the floor and you do the selling.
Yeah, I do some. I don't do much. Most of the time, I'm directing and trying to get these people to do that and correcting delivery issues. So most of the time, I'm like the conductor.
You're like the logistics guy.
Yeah.
And things always go wrong, right?
But
Every
Murphy's
day.
Law, whatever can go wrong will at the worst possible time. Only problem is Murphy was an incurable optimist. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's right.
You got to make these customers happy. You only got one shot, and if you piss them off, you lost forever. So you got to make the customers happy. That's why I call back every customer every day, and I also when people buy furniture, I make a video and send them a video. So I do a lot of that.
Well, that's why I get my furniture here, because I know who to call.
There you go. Yeah. You know who to call. That's why I get my stem cells from you, because I know forte. If y'all aren't getting stem cells, you need to. If you're not getting stem cells, you need to. It'll change your life forever for the better. Ed Young taught me that.
Oh, boy. If 30-year-old Mac walked through those doors and greeted you and said, "Sir, I want to create this. I want to get into the furniture business, and I want to start up and create a gallery furniture one day," what would you tell him?
Well, I've got one that did that. His name is Bryson.
Mattress Mack here with my friend Bryson, one of the youngest gallery furniture team members. How old are you, Bryson?
11.
How long you been coming to gallery furniture?
I say maybe 2 years.
2 years. You started when you were 9?
Yes, sir.
Tell them what all jobs you do here.
I do mostly a little bit of everything, but lately I have been helping load this big 18-wheeler. We sent how many out?
We sent 2 out yesterday, 2 18-wheelers full of supplies to help the people that are hurricane victims in North Carolina, Tennessee, Florida. Right now we're concentrating on North Carolina, right?
Yes, sir.
What do you want to do in life when you grow up?
Own my own furniture store.
He wants to own his own furniture store. Oh my goodness. Are you going to put me out of business?
I'm going to try not to.
He's going to try not to.
He started working here when he was 8, and he's now 11. So his goal is to have his own furniture store one day. And I asked him, was he going to put me out of business? He said, I'm going to try not to. So Bryson's a good kid. He comes from a very challenging background, but he's got a great attitude, great kid, and he's fully embraced everything. He walks around with his MAGA hat on, and some of the customers don't like that, but he says they'll get over it. Uh-oh.
It's a cattle call.
This thing off.
I love it.
Call to the post.
You gave your cell phone number out to everybody.
Oh, yeah.
When you were in the, you were live streaming from the hospital.
Mattress Mack Day 2. I got here yesterday morning at 5:30. Had the open heart surgery.
How do you deal with all those messages?
I got nothing to hide. Answer them. They call me all day long.
Yeah.
I got my cell number on the website.
I think we called you yesterday to set this up.
Yeah, you want to talk to customers. You know, how do you know what they like and what they don't like if you don't talk to them? You don't. I'm not sitting there reading spreadsheets. I'm talking to customers.
Are you afraid to ever get rid of customers? Do you fire customers sometimes?
Some are
Come on,
difficult. Some
you
are
have
difficult,
to.
Let's put it that way.
Okay.
Some are difficult. You know, a lot are. Most of them are 99.9% great. Some are very entitled, but that's okay. You know, you work through it, right?
Do you ever get starstruck when you meet someone like really famous coming in here buying furniture, or to you, do they all look the same? Like everyone looks the same with their pants down?
I don't get starstruck, but I get very impressed. We had this guy in here the other day.
Uh-huh.
His name is Terrence Bud Crawford. So I didn't know who he was, and all these warehouse guys were coming around him. And he's in here looking at furniture. And all these warehouse guys, they must have took 300 pictures with this guy. And finally I said, who is this guy? He's a prize fighter. And his record, 45-0.
Oh,
and,
wow. What kind of fighter? Like a
prize fighter.
UFC?
No.
Boxer.
Boxer.
Oh,
yeah.
boxer.
So,
okay.
I was really impressed that the guy was so personal with everybody. Mm. And then they told me he was fighting Kamala, whatever the guy's name is, the Mexican fighter in Las Vegas in September. And Bud Crawford's take of that fight was like $20 million. And Kamala got $100 million. And the guy was great. He was so humble, so nice. And then he went on to win that fight. And I asked about his story. True story. He grew up in Omaha.
Okay.
His mother wanted him to be a prize fighter. She was kind of like a Tiger Mom before the name Tiger Mom was coined. So she wanted him to be a fighter. She would go down the street and get these older kids and pay them $10. They could come beat Bud Crawford's ass. He learned how to fight.
Wow.
He's 46-0.
Amazing.
Work's life's greatest therapy. Find a job you love to do. You never have to work a day in your life. And if you don't find it and this job bores you to death, that's okay. Leave in a good way, make everybody happy that you left, and go to the next one. Go to the next one. Until you find that one. That's what you got to do. And the more people, all these people that are homeless, they have no family. They have no family, and they have no hope. And they like living on the street. Who could like living on the street? Yeah. We can do better than that. We can do better than that.
Mm. How about finding work you love doing, you enjoy doing is the most important. I find that it's hard to compete with, like, even for us, even finding technicians to make stem cells versus the wages at Buc-ee's. It's very hard to compete as a business owner, right? And so, how do you incentivize people? We find people that like the job. We pay them well. The food and the camaraderie and the companionship and the community we built is very important. Is it not important as the money, of course, but it's very important. They want to be part of something that's bigger than them. So I think there's other ways than just money. Obviously, the pay has to be competitive, but you got to give them where they look forward to coming to work and they feel valued. Yeah.
Again, purpose and meaning to life. If they have purpose and meaning, they're going to show up.
Yeah. Yeah. And you have definitely found your meaning, your purpose. What is Mattress Mack's purpose in life?
What is my purpose? My purpose is to leave Houston better than when I left it than when I got here. That's the purpose. The purpose is to make a difference in people's lives and let them know that lots of good things can happen through work, family, faith, all those things that I believe in.
So all these sayings around the store, these are all your sayings?
That's me. Well, they're not mine. I've borrowed them from other people, but a lot of them are out there. There's another one. 95% of life showing up. That's what these kids got to learn. You got to show up. Show up. Yeah. It's like these kids that go to this school over here. They come dressed up like a thug. Well, how do you think people are going to treat you when you're dressed up like a thug? They've never been taught these things. So sometimes we have to step in as a surrogate parent and teach them some of these things their parents forgot to teach them.
Yeah. And so you are an inspiration to our city. You're always giving us great words of wisdom. During these tough times right now, we are, economically things are difficult. Our city's going through a lot of challenges. Any words of advice?
I think for all of us business owners,
yep,
we got to employ more people.
Okay.
Employ more people. Give them a chance. Give them an opportunity. Show them the right way. Let them turn their life around. You can't get in trouble if you're at work. It's hard to get in trouble. It's easy to get in trouble if you're not at work. And I think that, I used to do hundreds of these anti-drug speeches. I did 200 or 300 a year. And then they told me, we got it under control. We don't need that anymore. Well, how'd that work out for us? And these weed shops everywhere, God knows what's been putting in that stuff. And what are the medical costs going to be on that 20, 30 years down the road? Or the psychotic episodes it causes. We got to think about these things. We got to think about how do we make the community better, and it all starts with God, duty, honor, country, family. That's just what it is. Some people may reject that, but that's what built the country. And but 2 generations, you can't forget all the other generations, the 30 generations before us that paved the way for all this opulence that we live in.
Yeah. A lot of opulence.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are you most grateful for?
What am I most grateful for? My parents, my wife, my kids, the community the opportunity to go to work every day.
That's it.
Faith.
Yeah.
Faith got me through a lot of hard times. My Catholic upbringing, my teachers, but mostly it all boils back to my parents, wife, kids, and all these great people that supported me here over the years.
Yeah.
The community. We're going to stay the course, make it better.
So I always wanted to ask you, in your commercials, you are, I get the sense that you're not scripted on your commercials. Like you just, the camera goes on and then you turn on. Is that what happens?
Pretty much, but now we do use a lot of, I have commercial ideas. I feed them to AI and it spits them out.
Oh, and now it spits them out?
Yeah. So it writes about 40% of the copy. I write 60%.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So.
But you...
still, a lot of them are off the cuff.
Just off the cuff.
Yeah.
Like that, there's like something magical happens.
I've done more commercials than probably anybody in human history, and I've done more bad commercials than anybody in human history.
Oh. Well, let's do one right now.
All right.
This is for Gallery Furniture, okay?
Ready?
All right. Well, I'll give you the intro.
All right.
Okay. This episode is proudly sponsored by...
Gallery Furniture, and it's just in time for Thanksgiving. Come out to Gallery Furniture right now, buy a solid wood dining room table and chairs made in America, made for you, made for your family. Think about the family members to be created around that solid wood dining room table for generations to come. Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, Super Bowl. Think about the parties, the birthdays at that solid wood table. Buy it today. Gallery Furniture delivers free to Houston area home tonight.
Oh, that was a touchdown. Wow.
Yeah, I learned that from a guy when I was growing up in Dallas. His name was Art Grindle.
I'm Artie Grindle. Tropic Traveler Vans is my business. Get it the way you want it, including color TV, video cassette player, dynamite stereo, comfort seating, and more. I have acres of land covered with vans, hundreds in stock. Come drive one. You'll love it. Artie Grindle's Tropic Traveler Vans, Highway 436, Winter Park. I want to sell you a van. Don't forget, yours comes with a roof.
It was a used car salesman. He'd jump up and down on top of these cars and said, I'm going to sell you a car. So I said, I want to be like him, and here I am. Here I am 10,000 commercials later.
Gallery Furniture will save you money. Save you money. Save you money.
Save you money.
Now that's the chip off the old mattress.
You got that right. 694-5570.
How many mattresses have you given away in your lifetime?
Lots. We're fixing to give away some more to those people in the hill country and give away some to first responders here. You know, that's another thing we need to tell these people in this country. How lucky are you compared to what? How lucky are we compared to those people in the hill country? We went down to get one of those mattresses 3 weeks after, and there's still cars in the trees.
Yeah.
Cars in the trees.
Yeah.
And all those kids and adults that got wiped away, and that water came up at 3 o'clock in the morning on July 4th, the busiest day of the year in the whole area. It couldn't have been worse.
I was there. I think about a month after, and you know, they only have each other. That community has each other. That they're just hanging on to each other, helping. I mean, you don't see, you know, there's no outside help coming in to deal with. The aftermath of that disaster was just
the aftermath of that disaster is felt when they sit down at Thanksgiving dinner and Johnny says, "Where's Sis? She's no longer here. That chair is empty." Man, you know, we got to help each other. Got to help each other.
Yeah.
Get stem cells. It'll help you. You'll have as much energy as I do. You'll be able to pitch like I can. It'll help you find a job you love to do, and you'll never have to work a day in your life.
I didn't have to pay him to say that.
That's right. And get a Tempur-Pedic mattress. You'll sleep great. It'll double the effectiveness of the stem cells. This is a paid commercial announcement brought to you by Mattress Mack.
I love it. Well, anything else you want to leave us?
This has been fun. I got to go to work.
Get back to work, sir.
I got to take a picture of your scrapbook page.
Yes, absolutely.